It's 5:30. We've had an intensive couple of days, and today in particular was hard brain work. I think for those of you at the round table, just now, my head is still full of that. I don't even know how to speak about anything else. So thank you so much for that. It was really, really, really great. Jamie put into the programme some final remarks, so here we are, and thank you for sticking with us. I'm glad to say he's also instructed us to be brief, because we know that some people want to freshen up before the dinner. I didn't personally bring a special frock, but I know that some people have, so we will be brief. So first of all, I just want to say an enormous thank you, of course, to everybody for coming from near and far to be part of this discussion. I'm not entirely sure what to say. We separated the call for papers into two main themes: Indigenous and traditional knowledge, environment and intergenerational transmission, and also hidden stories, entangled spaces, thinking through transnational and coastal museologies. And this was a call for papers that sprang out of the Shared Island Stories project, but that also was really catalysed through a meeting of our project advisors based in the crucible of the Isle of Arran over a year ago. So thank you to them for helping to crystallise the words and the main themes that have brought together people from so many parts of the world. We've had organised panels, we've had keynote speakers, and we've had many of you coming in response to a call for papers. Just saying to Anna, it's impossible in a conference like this to make a synthesis at this point, not only because it was parallel panels, but also because it is such a diverse story that is being told, and it's a jigsaw puzzle, and it's a spiral, and it's all these things that are going to take more than a few days and a few sleeps to process and to bring into order in the form of where we go with this next. As a personal reflection, a few sentences really jumped out at me over the course of the last couple of days. And the first day, Emma Nardi, the president of ICOM, said that for her, that this contribution of ICOM, this conference, was really speaking to ICOM's current efforts around sustainability and museums. So I find that quite interesting, that that's what stood out for her, that we were responding to that strategic aim of ICOM. But then, not very long after that, we had Hilda stand up and tell us that, well, we can't have sustainable museums in a breaking world. And so I think that's what we've done over the last couple of days, is that we've broken some preconceived ideas and some utopic ideas apart, and that it's up to us now to piece these together. As Heather said just there now at the end of the round table, our task is to see how we can build a better future, how can we do better than we have done in the past. So for me, these are the things that are going around my head: the relationship between social justice and climate justice that has been coming through, has been of particular interest. And I thought, just to round off, that we should hear from Anna as well. As you know, Anna is co-editor of proceedings of this conference. And we've been listening in to different panels, so we have slightly different reflections. And I'll hand over to Anna now, and then Jamie will take pleasure in the formal close.
Thank you, Karen. Just a few thoughts. I am very much inspired by our speakers' careful, in-depth analysis of the work of artists such as Natalie Huggins, Yuki Kihara, Kelly Sinapomeri, Bendel Heights, George Nuku, Pablo Delano, among many others. So thank you everyone for sharing such detailed and thoughtful readings of their powerful work. And I'm especially grateful for yesterday's wonderful session with Annalie Davis. Such a unique, fantastic opportunity to delve into her practice. And among many other ideas I take with me is that of repair in slow cultural work, but also the discussion about post-colonial ethics, as well as the material entanglements that Ariane invited us to think about in relation to visualization and display methods. With the idea of repair come other ethical concerns shared across different sessions, issues around decolonization and, for instance, the idea of delinking from extractive forms of research. Many discussions also revolved around change, sparked by yesterday's keynote and continue today. The need for change stems from a sense of injustice in many different levels, but of course, we're mostly concerned here with museum practice. So I feel genuinely inspired by the work that we have shared, provoking and fostering change within ourselves, our research, our practice, and institutions. So these are just a few ideas that I quickly took from my notes, and I'm sure that you have many more and much more to do. And I hope you leave, of course, a little bit tired, but also refreshed. I know that Miriam and Sky are literally taking St. Andrew's wind in a tube. So I hope that we can keep working with each other and continue and expand the conversation from the conference. Thank you.
Thank you. I would just like to echo Anna's and Karen's comments and say a huge thank you to all of you for participating and making this a success that it is. And on behalf of the University of St Andrews and of course Anglophone, it gives me great pleasure to say thank you to you all again, and we wish you a safe journey home. And I'm very pleased to say that videos of all of the speakers will be available in the next few weeks. I will, of course, send you another email with information regarding that, with copies of the abstracts and all other information as well. And just one last thing before we go. It has been an honour to welcome you to Scotland, and I hope you have enjoyed your experience. And if you are coming to the dinner this evening, please arrive for 6:30. The Paul Webster, our Scottish Highland piper, will be playing from 6:20 and will commence around about 6:40. So that's just a subtle reminder, please be on time. And of course, and just to summarise as well, if you are an Anglophone member, you are welcome to join our annual assembly tomorrow morning from 9 in the Arts Building. And if you're not an Anglophone member, you are welcome to join virtually, of course, or we also like to encourage you to sign up to the excursions that's happening tomorrow afternoon. So we do still have two excursions which are available. There is the guided tour of the Bell Pettigrew Museum, offering two tours, one at 2 p.m. and one at 3:30 p.m. And we also have a guided tour of the ruins of St Andrew's Castle and the Cathedral. This is at 3 p.m. For the ruins of St Andrew's Castle and the Cathedral, please meet at St Andrew's Castle at 3 p.m. and please meet at the Bell Pettigrew Museum for that tour as well. So thank you so much, and I'll now bring this to an official close. Thank you for attending.